Hello there and welcome to the third episode of my time in Kazakhstan. The road to Almaty was, for the most part, what you see here. Boring, flat, mostly empty motorway, with not much to look at or places to stop. But stop I did.
So I've got about an hour left of my drive to stop for an impromptu lunch of either kebab flavoured crisps, like salmon and sour cream chive, and then peach flavoured choco pie. And as you can tell, it's really loud because I'm right next to the motorway. But there was nowhere else to stop. Oh well.
I arrived in Almaty early afternoon. First stop, my hotel for the next 2 nights. So, here is my hotel in Almaty, and I've not done very well. Radiator halfway up the wall. Why? Don't know. I am all the way on the top floor. Window at the bottom. Radiator halfway at the wall. And I am number 23, but 20, no number. 22, no number. But I deduced that this was mine, and it is. But oh my god, state of that rug, the bed, I'm like, what is that? What is that? Smoke alarm, like, is it connected? Don't know. What's that about? Don't know. Bathroom, it's like, yeah, we don't need the side bit. Side panel? Nah, just do without. Well, my fault. It looked better than this online, but it'll have to do for a couple of nights. Now I know what you might be thinking. Oh, it's my fault for cheaping out on the hotel, and yes, it is about 16 quid a night, so it is cheap. But I have just double checked on booking because I wanted to check, oh hang on, is it the rating? Like, did I completely miss something? But no, it's got 8.3, loads of reviews saying how nice and clean it is and all the, the good amenities. I'm like, really? And not only that, because sometimes it can be a cultural thing, different cultures have different standards. Nope, there's people from the UK reviewing it very highly as well, and I'm just not seeing it. But, oh well. Gonna literally, make the bed. I haven't made the bed, but I will be lying in it. After surviving an hour in the hotel room, I got a taxi to the first sight of the day. This is the Ascension Cathedral, a Russian Orthodox building completed in 1907. You wouldn't think it by looking at it, but it's made from wood. It's pretty pleasing on the eye from the outside, but that's nothing compared to the inside. The architecture blending different styles to create something truly stunning. A short walk through the park and about 10 minutes later, I was at the Green Bazaar, a massive market that sells a huge variety of goods. There are so many different parts to this market. Including an underground area, it's easy to get lost. There's homeware, fish, cheese, meat, tons of fresh fruit and veg, nuts, bread, as well as a plethora of shoe stalls and clothing. You can see what I picked up later in the video. After that, another park, as well as various side streets, took me to Republic Square, Clearly I didn't do my research here, as it's not actually a square, given that it has a busy main road running through it. The bars and restaurants I expected to find in this area were mostly back down the street I'd walked up to get here. Like this one, simply called Barrel. They brew their own beer. I had a couple of different ones and both were very tasty. For food I avoided horse, and for once stayed away from a traditional Kazakh dish.
English zone. I wonder if it's any good, although it looks like it's hired out for someone's birthday, but we'll see. Turns out that English zone was an education centre, so not going there. I thought it was a bar, but on the other hand, look at this. Looks pretty. Looks pretty at night. Even if it was a little bit of a disappointment earlier.
The city in general looked quite nice at night time, with the area I was walking around being more on the modern side.
I just got back to my room and two things. So the place I went for dinner was just up the road from somewhere else that I'd earmarked for dinner called Lion Brew, and I went into a supermarket and found out you can just get their beer in a supermarket. You don't have to go to the restaurant. So I picked up this pomegranate one, becoming a bit of a theme on this holiday. A samsa for lunch tomorrow, and not Kazakh, Georgian, but if you've seen my Georgian videos you know I love this stuff. Tarragon Legidze water, it's so good. Anyway, that is another day done. I'm gonna see what a night in this bed is like, and yeah, catch you later for some more of Almaty. And when I say later, I mean like in the very next clip.
And here's the next morning, at the visitor centre for Big Almaty Lake.
So I hired a bike. I've not ridden a bike for a very long time, but it's either half-hour bike ride each way or 3.5-hour walk each way. I've got no time for that, and my legs have done too much already this trip. So bike it is. It's quite fun, but hurts my arse a lot, this seat. It's not comfortable. It is electric as well. And then how about that for a view while cycling?
Even with an electric bike, it was still some workout to get to the lake. But as you can see, the vistas on the way made it well worth it, even if the weather was a bit iffy. It was definitely not 30 minutes each way, as the guy who I hired the bike from had claimed, even taking into account when I stopped.
Oh, I'm getting there. But, this seat, oh God, it is not designed for comfort in any way at all.
So, here it is. Big Almaty Lake. From the pictures I'd seen of it before coming here, it usually has more water, the level being relatively low for some reason. It was still very scenic, although seeing this after having already visited Kandy and Kolsai, I'd been spoilt when it came to Kazakh lakes, and it did feel like a bit of a letdown. Although the way back was mostly downhill, so not a lot of pedalling, it was still surprisingly hard on the legs.
And not often you get a view like this on a bike ride. Right, let's go!
Kebab for lunch? The norm here seems to be chips in the wrap like a Greek gyros. Just up from the visitor centre there is a small waterfall that's popular with tourists, but not much to it. And that was my time in this national park done. Just about to go and drop off the car, and then I'm going to spend my second and last evening in Almaty. I forgot to mention before, at the Green Bazaar I did buy this lovely Hawaiian shirt, and also got myself Kazakhstan
away shirt. Not just the shirt though. The shorts too, even though I told her multiple times that I didn't want the shorts. But it came to the same price as just having the shirt. So, you know, about 15 quid, just under for both of them. Can't complain. And, you know, at a market, maybe it's fake, but it's got area tags on them. And if it is a fake, it's a very, very good one.
Car dropped off. It was into a taxi to head to Koktobe. No, it's not spelt the same. A big hill with views over the city. To get up there, the best way is to take the cable car. If you've seen my Astana video, you'll know I'm not keen on heights, but with cable cars, I'm usually okay for whatever reason. Unlike Astana, I would not be getting on the Ferris wheel here. What I had eyeballed was this fast coaster. I've seen videos of similar things in the past, but never had the opportunity to go on one myself, so took full advantage here. You don't get to see me on it though, because I was not going to try and juggle filming with controlling the car. No chance. I know the Beatles had that song back in the USSR, but other than that, can't think why this was here. Also, why an apple fountain? I'll explain shortly. The sun was beginning to set, giving this panorama even more beauty. By now I was getting hungry though, so it was time to head back down and find somewhere to eat. So the apple. Here's a car filled with them. The old name for the city was Almaty, which translates to father of apples. So called because apparently the apple variety from which all other apples descended is from this region of the world.
In a taxi, and the taxi driver is currently got out to have a pop at a driver that took a photo of him. Not sure what's going on. Lots of bibbing, lots of honking. Drama.
After the little taxi incident, more on that later, I was at a shopping centre for a bit of shopping, as you do. Then of course, dinner. Still feeling like I'd had my fill of Kazakh food over the course of the week, I opted for some Turkish dishes. A beyti kebab, one of my favourites from Turkey, along with some baklava, which was more like a tiramisu in terms of consistency, but still delicious.
Back in the hotel, my last night in Almaty. Almaty. I definitely prefer it to Astana. Overall, I've preferred, see, the nature side of things, you know, the lakes, the canyons, that kind of stuff. But Almaty's been good. It's a shame I haven't had a little bit more time to explore it further, but I think I've covered off a lot of the main sites. Yeah, so tomorrow on to the next part of the adventure, which you'll find out about in a subsequent video. Just picking up from the whole thing with the taxi driver. So the roads in Kazakhstan, they're not that well designed in city centres. So he had to come out of a right turning and then immediately move 3 lanes across to turn left. And the left-hand lane was already full of people turning left. So he's blocking off people going straight on. And he's getting honked. And one guy goes round him, stops, pulls his phone out, takes a picture of the guy, or of my taxi driver, and then drives off. Taxi driver catches up with him at a red light, gets out, confronts him, more honking because the light's now turned green, catches up with the guy again. The guy's pulled over for some reason. I don't know whether he's anticipating it. And then my driver gets out and they shake hands. And they shake hands about halfway through the row or confrontation, and then at the end when they go their separate ways, they shake hands as well. It seems to be like here the rowing is very polite. About 5-10 minutes before that guy picked me up, there was a small fender bender, as the Americans say, on the street next to me. And, you know, someone's just driven into the back of someone else. they both get out of their cars. First thing they do is shake hands. I'm like, okay. Obviously, it's the done thing here. Seems like very polite. Imagine that in the UK if someone drove into the back of you and the first thing you did was got out and offered to shake their hand. I'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing, mate? So, yeah, just thought it was, just interesting cultural difference. So, all that's left for me to do now is pack, get ready for tomorrow morning, and oh yeah, hello. Try this before I go. I did. You did see this in the last video, but I haven't actually had it yet, so let's find out if it's any good. Lime Brew Pomegranate Beer. Yeah, it's nice. I'd say the pomegranate Fanta I've been having so far on this trip is better, but hey, this is good. It's almost one of those things where it's a bit too sweet, like dangerous, because 4.5%, not that strong, but it doesn't taste like alcohol at all. So yeah, that's it for Kazakhstan. So I hope you've enjoyed these videos, and there is more to come, not of Kazakhstan, but from one of their neighbours. So I'll let you guess which one that is, and I'll catch you next time. Kazakhstan magnet. Boom. Add it to the board.